What's going on, people? Welcome to the live match reaction show. Palace 1, Ipswich 0. In the end, we done it. Albeit it wasn't a great performance, but there's a lot to discuss from that. As always, the lines will be open so you can call into the show to have your say, as well as dropping a like and subscribing if you do enjoy the content. Let's see if we can hit over 200 likes. This was a massive game for Palace, and we got the job done in the end. Joined by Patrick here. Lou will be joining us in about a few minutes' time as well. Patrick, we'll start off with your thoughts. I was at the game. I'll be honest, it wasn't the greatest of performances. And as the game was going on and on and on, I was thinking, yeah, here comes Palace. Like, yeah, the game that we should be winning. We're going to drop points. But Ismail Sarr, in the last 10 minutes or so, comes up big with a massive goal. Great quality goal. But what was your assessment of the game?
It was difficult. We clearly missed Mateta. That was clear to see. I think we missed Hughes in the midfield also. But I thought defensively we did pretty well. I thought Delap in the beginning gave the Qua some trouble, but I think overall we were pretty sound. I thought Henderson had a really good game. But we needed that moment of brilliance. We got it from Sarr. It was a great finish. I was actually surprised he took Nketiah off. But Nketiah worked really hard, but just the endeavor was there, but the finishing end product wasn't there. He had that chance early. He didn't score. But I thought he worked hard, pressed hard, but just wasn't on it today. And I got to give the manager credit, man. I wouldn't have thought he would take Nketiah off and put Sarr up top. We've talked about that early in the season, that being an option, but to do that and to get the goal was great. And again, needs must. And we got the win. And we're playing about the home form. How's the home form now, buddy? How's it going? We're all right now. How's the home form?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, held the club to account, and here we are. That's what we call
Wait a minute.
Exactly.
2 minutes in, accountability. Love it. You're right.
If it was up to you and Lou, I mean, everything's fine. It's all right. It doesn't matter if you don't win at home.
No. But as you can see,
here we are.
You and I's approach works because look at us now. Quarterfinals of the FA Cup, 11th in the league, 4 points off of 8th. Me and Lou had it all. We had the whole time. Calmer, bro.
Yeah, well, look, the lines are open now. If you do want to call in, you can click on that link to join us live today, and we'll be going through some comments as well. If you're just joining us now, send us your thoughts, and we'll be going through the comment section. Let's bring on Lou. As you can see, we're trying a different layout for these shows.
A different layout. Now he's off the show.
I've disappeared. Yeah, we're trying a new layout. We're getting there. Lou, what are you saying, man? You're gonna watch along. You're outside now.
Yeah.
What was that, man? What was the game like for you in your end?
Mate, that was stressful as hell. Everyone knows that I'm calm outside of game time, but boy, my head was going in that game, bro. Yeah, it was. Listen, it's about time we grinded out a 1-0 win and a clean sheet at home because normally we don't get the rub of the green. I feel like there was a lot of off performances today, not like terrible performances, just bad decision making, not great finishing, a lot of hard work, but yeah, just a lack of quality. And the moment of quality that was needed from Sarr happened in a great finish and a corner flag kick to pay homage to Mateta.
Yeah,
and Hendo, obviously he made some really good important saves.
What do you think it was then about today's performance? Was we just missing Mateta and Hughes? What do you make of Nketiah's performance and Lomas? Because those were the two players that came in, of course.
Okay, so we can all agree probably if you was going to say the top 3-4 players of our season have been Mateta, Hughes, Lacroix and Henderson, probably.
Yeah.
Well, there's two of our best players missing.
Wait. No. Munoz. Don't forget Munoz. Mm-hmm. Put Munoz in there.
Okay, that wasn't really my point, but wasn't really my point. I was just making the point that Munoz ain't down the spine. The spine of the team is Hughes and Mateta, and Lerma, for a lot of the hard work, we all know some of that passing in the first half was like some under 10s passing. Hughes brings that like calmness and he wins a lot of duels. And yeah, Nketiah, like I said, I'm rooting for him to do well. There was all the hard work and he didn't do anything bad, but he didn't do anything good either. And yeah, I feel sorry for him that the chance fell to him in the first couple of minutes. But when you're not in the team, those are the chances that you got to take.
Yeah, I thought his link-up play was, as the game went on, it grew, and he had a good first touches and stuff. It was that first that first chance. What a ball from Wharton, by the way. In the first few minutes of the game, and then he could have done a bit better there. Eze could have done better with his chances. And as the game was going on, as I said at the start of the show, I was like, no way is this going to happen. No way are Palace going to let us down at this moment, because when you look at the league table now, it's looking healthy. It's looking healthy, the league table, in terms of, positions and the teams above us. I did say going into this game and the next game as well against Southampton, we need to win. We're now only 3 points below Villa. What do you think the expectations are from here onwards to the rest of the season? Is Europe too much to ask, or
we're going to qualify both FA Cup and A?
Win the cup, man. Win the cup and qualify for the Champions League. Not even Europa
League. Both. If I'm being honest, I will take an improvement on last season. Hopefully, sneak at 8th, but it'll be tough. Like we said, we had to win. I think a few games ago, we had to win 8 out of 11 games. I think there's 9 left or 10 left with some tough fixtures. But listen, beat Southampton and Brighton. You're right in there. And listen, I want to go back to Wembley, man. We've got unfinished business.
Yeah, Fulham lost today against Brighton. Last minute penalty, I think, from Joachim Andersen. Patrick said so. We'll take another one of those.
Silly foul.
I think we. After these last 4 games, we put a lot of energy and emotion into it, and it's good to finish it on a 1-0 win and a clean sheet. Now they can go and relax and recoup, regenerate. Do you know what I mean? And it's a real push towards the end of the season and leave no stone unturned for the last few games.
Yeah, 100%. Look, we've got something to play for in the league still. Whether we achieve it or not, that's something different. But we can look forward to games in the league against Southampton, and we'll see how we go from there. Which is the biggest positive, because there's been times where it'll come March or even Feb, and we're like, all right, what have we got to play for? We're out of the FA Cup. We've got nothing to play for in the league, but now it's a bit different, and we've got a nice little break. Of course, we'll be doing a watch along together on Thursday. I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know who's going to be playing in that game, but yeah, overall, it's been a great week. Well, 2 weeks at Palace, to be fair. Apart from the Mateta injury, we've kind of turned the tide at home. Are you confident now about home games?
I was always confident it would turn around. Obviously, the general Palace anxiety or football fan anxiety will always be there. I'm not going to lie, when the first 10, 15 minutes of the second half happened and we got 3 or 4 yellow cards and couldn't get out of our half, I was like, oh my God, it's going to happen again. But I just think that this break has come at a perfect time. We've had suspensions and injuries, and I'm just looking forward to it. It's going to be a nice little break. We can sit back and hopefully results go for us in the games rest of this week, and we can watch the other teams play in next week, and hope we get a few results go our way.
Yeah, let's see. But look, I'm going to let you go because, of course, you're outside and you've done a watch long as well. Appreciate you and Tim for doing that. But trust me, I'll speak to you more than my own family, so I'll catch up with you in the next 20 minutes.
That
was Lou having his say. Let's bring on the next caller. Nosa, 1-0 win over Ipswich, another home win. What did you make of the assessment? I thought it wasn't a great performance, but the biggest thing is just the win. We managed to get the result at the end.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Yeah, we're doing good, man. Well, I'm doing good.
No, really good.
Yeah, after that.
Yeah, the match, it was an okay game, but I feel like this is just a testament of the quality and the consistency we're showcasing. In as much as it wasn't a top of the notch game, these games you just have to win them. Early on the season, we'll probably lose this game. Let's be honest with ourselves, we'll probably lose this game. So I'm happy, as a fan. I was watching the game, I was a bit pointed back. Quite a few people was underperforming, as Lou said, but it wasn't anything drastic. It was just Walton was misplacing passes, Lerma was misplacing passes, few misplaced touches at the back from the back three. But I was happy the fact that we just managed to get a clean sheet and managed to get a win. We just sealed out the game correctly, and the subs were a bit surprising. I thought Nketiah played all right, but nevertheless, Sarr scored, played up top. Showcased a different dynamic to the team. We bring on Chilwell and Kamada, and it just made the defenders think a bit different. So I'm happy. I'm happy for the win. We're progressing in the league, and hopefully, that conference spot. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Is that the aim now for you?
I mean, I'm hopeful because, like I said, I've said this on the pod a couple of times. We're floating. We're floating around 13th, 14th to like 10th or 9th for the past 10 years, and we need to just see a different perspective as a Palace fan. In as much as it's good being in the top of in the Premier Division, the Premier League. Sorry, we just need to. You want to aim for bigger things, and Palace have got quality all over the pitch. We beat top teams. Beating Villa 4-1 a couple of weeks ago was very promising, and we just need to showcase the quality because today it wasn't the best performance overall, but we won the game, and that's the.
What? Why do you think that was the case though about the performance? Was it Hughes and Mateta not being there? Of course, I think naturally so. They're going to contribute because of how good they've been for us. But was there anything else in particular that stood out? Was it just like an off day?
I don't know. I think Mateta, of course, brings a different type of presence. And to be fair, Hughes is much more combative. But the way he combats in the midfield is clean in comparison to Wharton and Lerma, in my opinion. He knows how to win them fouls without getting a yellow card. If you guys noticed, he always gets not win fouls, but he always fouls the opposing team without getting a yellow card, and he does it consistently. If you always look at the crowd reaction when Hughes gives a foul, he knows how to he's got little dark arts about him. I don't know, I like that about him. And obviously Mateta, he's like 6'3", 6'4". He's a nuisance for defenders. I think NK had a decent game. I'm sure he'll be disappointed for not slotting the chance away in the first 10-15 minutes. When you get a chance that early, it's a bit. You can be a bit apprehensive about taking it straight away. You might not have your shooting boots on straight away. You needed one or two chances before you slot away.
Yeah.
But that's just the difference between a clinical finisher and just an okay finisher. So, but I'm not really bothered as long as we got the win and we're progressing. I think we're 11th now on 39 points.
Yeah. I want to give credit to Ipswich. I thought they came with a really good game plan. I thought Kajus was excellent today in the midfield, but did a really good job of blocking off the passing lanes for Eze. Eze was double teamed a lot of the time, which is why he couldn't get into the game. And then I thought Encisa played really well. So I think a lot of it had to do with, obviously, Ipswich are very desperate to get the points. They were very close to getting an away point, which would have been big for them. They haven't won a game all calendar year. So, again, I know we didn't play great, and I definitely agree that Hughes and Mateta were big losses. But I have to give Ipswich credit because, again, they came, want to get, at minimum, get a point. So you have to give them credit for that. So, again, for me, like Lou said, to get a 1-0 win at home, clean sheet against anyone. We haven't done it since Spurs. I'll take it, man. Listen, at this point now, it's not going to be about performance. It's about results. The last 10 matches, the FA Cup, I don't care how we play. Give me results in every game and I'll be happy. So,
it's true. Yeah. It's true. I agree with you on Ipswich. I think Kajus is a good player. I think
he was so good today. So good today. Yeah, I'm very impressed.
The way he was maneuvering the ball, his ball manipulation and just evading our midfielders. I was like, okay, I've seen him play a couple of times, but today he raised my eyebrow a little bit, and someone like that would suit Palace. I'm not throwing nothing out there, but someone like that would suit Palace.
Fact.
Yeah, it would. In terms of now, as you said, you're looking at potential European spots, but the break is coming at the right time, though. In my opinion, I feel like we've deserved the break after these performances. We've got a game midweek, a friendly game. I think Lars has hinted that he'll be playing rotation players. What do you want to see? Maybe, and is there any kind of improvement based on today's game that you want to see come back after the break or so?
I think at home we just tend to not create that many clear-cut chances. I don't know why, and today we didn't have that many clear-cut chances. I mean, despite the goal, prior to that, we was hopeful for Eze shooting that 2 deflected shots, which nearly went in. So I just think creating clear-cut chances at home, but I don't know how he's going to turn the tide on that. But we get into the final third, but we can't just capitalize on just creating clear-cut chances for the strikers, but we've improved a lot over the past couple months, especially, but away from home, it's much more easier because we're always on a counter-attack and there's spacing behind. But when we're playing that are obviously less attacking, or just generally when we're at home, because we do play quite attacking football when we're at home, we kind of struggle just to create openings for our attackers, in my opinion, unless we're on a counter-attack. But I think that's one thing we need to improve on. Not to say I'm complaining, but I just think that we can utilize, the amount of times we get into the final third and create space, because we've got technical players that can find space. Like Sarr today, that was a brilliant touch. Like, can we all agree? That was a brilliant touch.
No, sir. Real quick though, you talk about creating chances. We actually had 19 shots today.
I know.
Only 4 on target.
XG was like 3, I think, as well. We had
XG was 3.42. It was ridiculous. XG. We had 5 big chances. Yeah, it was not taking them exactly. I think we created them, we just didn't take them today. So yeah.
Chances, in your opinion? Like, I thought that was only like 1 or 2.
There was an Eze one, then Ketia one.
Eze one, then Ketia
one.
Munoz had. Munoz, remember when he stole the ball, he should have scored.
Yeah.
So
it's hopeful chances, in my opinion, though. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. But look, it was great having you on, bro. Hopefully we catch up with you after the break, because things are going positive. So let's see if we can continue it and finish our chance next time. Take care, bro.
No, sir. Thanks, man. Take care.
That was no sir having to say. Let's bring on Patrick next. But before we do, let's see how many likes we're on. There's over 120 watching live, and I know a lot will be watching replay. We're 44 likes. Come on, let's hit the like button for Palace. If you're enjoying the show as well, let's see if we can hit at least like 70 to 80. Let's bring on Patrick next. Patrick, 1-0 win at home, another home win. But I think
wait.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Yeah,
well, you're on mute. You're on mute for one.
Yeah,
so
you're on mute.
Muted for like the last. Where have you been?
Every time I come on here, I always am on mute.
I haven't seen you. I was in England for 10 days. I didn't see you come on one of the shows. Where you been?
Oh, me? I working.
Is he? Okay. I'll make sure you're okay. I was like, all right, just making sure. All right,
no, I split my time. Doing. Well, that's a story for another day. Anyway, back to you threw me off, Patrick. Damn it,
Patrick. Well, what do you make of it today? As I said, I think the performance wasn't great, but the result is all that matters.
I think the one negative I have about Palace this year is I don't think we're a very good passing team. I think when you're missing guys like Hughes and Mateta who can hold up play and things like that, and it showed what happened today. But today was just passing was awful. I mean, it's about as bad as it killed any kind. I saw like there were certain openings that what they were trying to do, and just for whatever reason couldn't, and that affected any kind of buildup we would have. And Lerma probably had his worst passing game as a Palace player. No question about it. I'm always on him because he's just not a good passer. But even the guy, I think Ambrose was doing. I watched it on Peacock here in the States, and Ambrose was actually the color guy, and he said sometimes it's just better to make the simple pass. And he was turning the ball. He just didn't have a good possession game. It wasn't a great game to watch. I thought we generated a bunch of chances just out of nowhere. Sometimes individual talent, but in the end, we won. That's all that matters. Now we go on a break, and we just go from there. Patrick, you like statistics, and I'm sitting here just looking at something here. Palace has the 4th best defense in the Premier League. Forced leads goals given, 33. They've only given up 33.
There you go.
Yeah, and that's a credit to the managers and the players. Let's talk about Chris Richards then, because of course he plays for the US men's national team, and I've kind of been saying it for like a month or so ever since he's come in. I think he's been an upgrade on Chalobah. I feel much more comfortable at the back with him there.
I think as a defender, I think they're about the same. But actually, I think they're type of the same player, but Richards doesn't make the mistake with the ball. I mean, he's not a great passer, but it's kind of weird. I think he's better hitting the ball long than he is the short passes, but he is getting better. You could definitely tell he's being coached, and we haven't missed Chalobah, which is disappointing for me because I like Chalobah as a player. But
Pat,
let
me stop you right there because you just threw out some interesting facts. So today he had the most tackles in the game. Chris Richards 6. His passing accuracy was 86%, and long balls he was 3 out of 4. So you're right about all those.
I think he's a better. Well, 1 out of 3 is not bad. In baseball, I'd be a 333 hitter. But no, I actually. The one thing I'll give Palace credit for today, and they didn't play great. The passing was awful, but boy, they were persistent. Like, I mean, how many times did was it Sarr can run into the box, run with the ball, physically not getting calls, by the way, and that last little poke for the goal was great because usually he'll take it to the side. He just right before the goaltender he just pokes it in the net. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I think he's going to get 10 plus goals this year. He's got 7 right now in the Premier League. I think he has 1 in one of the cup competitions, but I think he's going to cross 10.
When he first joined, I did have a feeling because of how he's built and what we've seen from Mateta that Glazer can transform him into a number 9, a potential number 9, because I think he's got all the attributes related to that. Does that give you a chance? Do you think that could happen going forward? I know we've got Nketiah there, so another player to talk about based on what you thought of him. But do you think Sarr as a number 9 could work maybe in the future, even when Mateta's playing unfit?
Yes, because he's not a 10. He can play. Yeah. He's either a winger or he's a striker. He can definitely do that. His hold-up play would have to get better. And speaking on Nketiah real quick, maybe I'm going to be the only one that defends him. He didn't have confidence when the goaltender made the save on a one shot, but you can't hoof it up to him and expect him to do a hold-up play. His linking play was good when he balled the feet. You can't hoof it up in the air like that. I think sometimes we just get so direct, it doesn't matter who's playing up there. We just hoof it. And I thought, and maybe Ipswich did something in the midfield that took Wharton away a little bit, because everybody's, like I said, everybody's passing today. That's the thing that I'm just concerned about. And I think one little thing about Palace, and I think about the Brentford game, the Everton game, and this one. Those are physical teams, and maybe we just don't, without Hughes in there who's kicking people, maybe we just don't match up well with those type of teams. I don't know. Maybe that's just something I've noticed. And today we could have easily lost if Henderson doesn't make some of those saves. And if Ipswich had a little bit more talent, to be honest, I think they should have won. But that's how I see it. But hey, who cares? They won. That's all that matters. And people can debate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've been asking everyone this. What's the objective for you then going forward? Because we've got Southampton in the league next. We've got Fulham, of course, in the quarterfinals before Southampton. If we win against Southampton, do you think looking up the table, European spots, is it too much?
That is a great question. What's goal for me is go catch Bournemouth and 8th and win the FA Cup. But here's the thing. You want to root. I hate Liverpool, by the way, but everybody knows. You want them to win the League Cup because the winner of the League Cup automatically gets that conference spot. Correct. And Newcastle is a little lower in the standings. I don't know if we can catch them. What are they, 7 ahead of us? But you want Liverpool to win that League Cup. That way, we'll at least have a shot in the league to get to that conference.
It drops down 1 spot.
Right.
Spot. But real quick, on my back, D, you mentioned before when I was there about the importance of those 3 matches. It was what for the Fulham, Villa, and Millwall games. Now the next 3, and I'm glad we have a break. Fulham, Southampton, and Brighton will define our season without a doubt. There's no doubt.
Gotta win that Brighton game.
No, forget that. We gotta win the Fulham game. We gotta get the. I'm just saying, that's the most important. Right, those 3 games are going to be season defining 100%. It's going to be very interesting. I might have to fly back.
Already. We need you back already. But every game is massive. And the reason for that is because of us. If you look at it, we had a very slow start to the season, and now we can't really afford to drop that many points. And that's the reason why I was so nervous. I was at the ground, I was saying, all right, it's not going to be our day, but who's going to really score? And then when Sarr scored, it was just like a massive relief because now we can just relax. We can relax and then go again against Fulham. And even if the worst was to happen, hopefully it doesn't happen, we go again against Southampton. Like there is still something to play for in the league as well as the cup. So today was massive and we can't really drop that many points going forward. But now that if we beat Southampton, we've, I think, caught the pack. That's the biggest thing. So maybe like that, you could have a draw also there, depending on who you face.
A lot of those teams above us are either going to be playing each other or clunking around, and they're struggling. Yep. Fulham's not been as consistent. Villa's up and down. Brighton's the one team that concerns me about taking a spot strictly because they've won 7 in a row and they're not losing. I mean, they're playing good ball. But we play them though. See, that's the thing. That's the beauty of our schedule. People look, the teams above us, we're going to be playing Bournemouth, Brighton, Newcastle. I'm sure there's another team in there I'm not thinking of at the moment.
No, that's it. That's it. We play Brighton, Newcastle, Bournemouth. We've already played Villa. Already played Fulham twice. So
and Hughes should be back by then for the Brighton game. Yeah. So Southampton, I think we can survive without Will Hughes. I'll be shocked if we can't beat Southampton without Hughes. And Mateta should be back there for the Brighton game. Everyone should be available. So fingers crossed.
And I'll leave because I know other people want to get on. The later in the season, well, we got 10 games left. We still got Arsenal, still got City, Liverpool. The Liverpool game is at the end of the year. They're probably going to wrap the title up by that.
Well over then.
All Arsenal is concerned about is making a run in the Champions League because they're dropping like flies.
Yeah.
And City, we have good history against City up there. I'm not saying we're going to win, but I'll take a point and run with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, how many wins have we got before we go, Patrick? Patrick, you put out a stat. Was it 9 out of 11? Now
it's 10. It's 10 out of 13 now.
10 out of 13. So I mean, 10 out of 13 wins. 10 wins, 2 draws. We're going quietly about our
14,
business, which I like as well. In terms of like no one. Well, so far I'm not really seeing the neutral really talk about Palace, and I like that because we've creeped up slowly and we're doing our business slow. It's all that you ask for. To be fair,
I think we could actually. We're on pace to. I believe I did the stat before I got on with you guys. Like we're on pace for like 53 points right now. We actually might finish the season. I think we will actually with more wins than losses for the first time since. Well, never done in the Premier League, but since they finished third in the top division, top Division 1 or what do you guys call it?
Division 1.
Yeah, that's going back. That's a hell of an accomplishment. You better get Glasner signed now because other big teams are going to be looking, even in his home country. I know they're
looking anyway. They're going to look anyway. So I mean, again, the worry about Glasner to me is silly because he'll either leave or he won't leave. But the fact that we play well or not, he's a great manager, and eventually he's going to leave. So I mean, I'm not worried about. You're right. Signed the contract. Hope he's happy.
Yeah, I think it's. I think we'll do
leave for a lot of teams, but.
Right. I mean, well, the opportunity now, Palace has got to jump on the opportunity now. It's the makings of a really good year. We got to the quarterfinal of the League Cup. We're doing well in the league, and we can win the FA Cup. Like, there's not a team we can't beat that's left, as far as I know. City, we can beat City because
one at a time. Let's just beat Fulham. Let's take it easy, one match at a time.
As long as we beat Fulham, then we go forward from there.
Yeah.
Look, all right, great having you on, Patrick. Hopefully we'll catch up with you again soon.
All right, Pat.
Next time when I talk to you, I won't mute myself again.
We'll see. I'll believe it when I see it. Take care, guys. Take care. That's Patrick having his say. If you haven't already done so, please hit the like button. We're about 20 likes away from 100. I know a lot of you watch on replay as well, so that'd be greatly appreciated. Let's bring on Jamal. Jamal, where have you been, man? It feels like a year since I've last spoke to you. You just disappeared.
Man, we were talking about licks, man.
Nice weather too. Nice.
What did you say?
I didn't show up. I only show up when we win.
Hey, we've been winning. You still haven't been here. We've been winning. Patrick put out the stat. We got like 10 in the last 13 or so. What have we made of us?
I think Palace is a side that is difficult to beat. Defensively, I believe we are the best team in the league by far. Defensively, offensively, without Mateta, we looked in this game. We didn't have that ball that we could send it to him and he could control it in chest and bring forward the team. So in Nketiah, we have to find a different way of attacking. That long ball he taught, he probably only won about 2 or 3 of them in the game. So that's where we miss Mateta from. But Palace in general, the club, the players, the fans, fantastic. It's a good time to be a Palace fan, in my opinion.
Yeah. In terms of today's performance, do you think we were missing Hughes and Mateta? As I said, the results, all that matters. And it wasn't even like a terrible performance because we still create chances. The XG was around 3, which it didn't really feel like. But then again, when you look at the individual chances, then it all adds up. But what was missing today from Palace?
I believe it's focus. As Pratt said earlier, we had around 15 shots in the second half. So we had goals, we had shots at bars, but the problem is, as they even talked about I was watching the game and it was talking about the accuracy. I think we had 74% accuracy. That's not normally Palace. So I don't know if we knew that we had them beat or something, but we weren't focused. We didn't concentrate on the path, the passing. I feel we should be have a little bit more focus, right? That's probably why our passing accuracy was. I don't think it was bad. We were tired or anything. We just wasn't focused enough.
It's good when you look at the bench, despite those 2 players missing. Ben Chilwell, for example, you can come on today and offer something different. We've missed the depth, and today we've kind of seen it now coming to play. As long as the players stay fit, now we can look at the bench and actually have players that could change the game. For example, Sarr he didn't come on, but we could rotate his position. We could put him up front because we've got Kamada, for example, that could play as a number 10. That's a massive positive because in the past, when I spoke to you, in the dark days, it feels like back in the day, we were struggling. We were struggling with depth. We were struggling for players, but now things are improving there as well.
A different Palace team. I mean, when we lost Ulisse, I was devastated. But look at how he's playing up Birmingham. He is a world-class talent. And keeping at Palace would have just probably keep him down. So I'm happy for him. I remember when Sarr came in, we had a poll asking what your rate Sarr signing, right? And I was 10 out of 10. Sarr is a world-class player. He just needs a home, right? He just needs a home. When I say world-class, people use the word world-class loosely, but he comes up clutch then for Palace each and every time. He is a fantastic player. And also, when Munoz came in, I did not rate him much because I didn't know anything about him, but he is critical for our team as well. Mitchell didn't really have much of a good game today, but he was solid defensively. All in all, to answer your question about between Hughes and Mateta, I think that really and truly Wharton has to start. Wharton is he's young, but his vision is incredible. Hughes is all over the place. He tackles well, passes well, but he doesn't have the vision that he has. So I don't think we were missing Hughes. I just think that if we were missing someone, it would have to be Mateta. But all in all, it was back to focus.
In terms of objectives now, looking forward, another win in the league, home win as well. What are your objectives for Palace, especially in the league this season?
As Patrick said, I go with what Patrick said, one game at a time. One game at a time. I don't want to look too far down the road. As a Palace fan, we know we always put the cart before the horse, but
exactly.
We do it one game at a time.
Next
we
match,
see how it goes.
the next match, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's see. Well, now we've got a little break, which is good, and then hopefully get Mateta back, and we've got quarterfinals and FA Cup. But it was great seeing you, man. Come on more often. It's been a while.
All right,
we're winning.
Jamal. All right. Enjoy the weather. It looks beautiful there. Beautiful.
Thank you. All right.
Take care. All right. All right.
Jamal, of course, hasn't called in for a while, but it's good to see him. It's good to see him. This is what wins do. We just had to change the home form, Patrick. That's it. But if you haven't already done so, how many likes? Oh, we're nearly on 100 likes. I think we're on 87 right now. So, we're about 11 away, 89. So if you haven't already done so, please hit the like button. Let's bring on Tim. Yeah, go on.
Sorry, Tim. I have a great, some quote from Sarr post match.
Yeah, nice. Go for it. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Said, I did it for JP. He's my guy. He's a good guy, but he's doing good. The game today was tough, but we won today. So I'm happy for myself and the team. We need to keep going and working hard. The first half was tough, but in the second we scored, and it's good we got the 3 points. Ipswich are a good team. Before the game, I knew it would not be easy, but we won today, so I'm happy.
Nice.
Looking forward, as D likes to look forward, the team is working hard every time, every game. The Premier League, the FA Cup, the team will be ready every game. I don't know if we'll win the cup, but you have to try. D's gone.
What happened?
I said. Don't worry, he'll be back. So Tim, what are your thoughts on today's game? Great job on the watch along, by the way. I enjoyed it.
Oh, good. I'm glad. No, it was frustrating watch, Patrick. But I mean, after getting a chance to breathe, I have to give a lot of credit to Ipswich. I mean, if we're going to be fair, and we really should, I think McKenna came in with a really good game plan, and their press really did bother us, especially early on. That first 20 minutes, the press looked a little rattled. I'm not going to lie. I thought we were having a little bit of problem, handling their press, and that is credit to them. Boy, Liam Delap is a handful.
Yeah,
holy moly, that kid is good. So I would have to say, I mean, if we're going to be fair, I do not think Palace were anywhere near our best. Having said that, I think Ipswich fans who leave that match and say, man, we should have got something out of that, I would say you're probably right.
I agree.
Probably right.
I agree.
They did enough to get something out of that match. But I love that quote from Sarr, Patrick. That's so great. Shows, kind of demonstrates the togetherness of the team. And Henry was pointing this out earlier in the chat. I didn't see it. I didn't see that Sarr. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I think that's amazing. I think that's amazing that they did that for JP. That shows you what a great character he is. Togetherness in the side. I think and Kedia did look a little bit like he looked a little bit annoyed when he was coming off, but I have to say I'm good with that because I want that. I want him to feel like he can do more, he can do better. He worked his socks off. He didn't get it just wasn't his day today. And to be honest, the service into him wasn't that great. It's not all on him. Like so.
But you say that, but he did have 2 good chances to score. I mean, Warren put that great ball into him. Ebb set him up. I mean, he had. I mean, it's not the chances that honestly, if he's playing 5-6 matches in a row, you expect him to score those chances. So I can't really say he didn't have any chances. I thought he worked really hard. So, but again, he's a different player than Mateta, which is fine. And I thought Sarr, I was actually very surprised he took Nketiah up and put Sarr up top. But I remember D mentioning beginning of the season when we signed Sarr that he could play as a 9. I didn't think so, but today, what a brilliant finish. And again, I saw in the chat people making negative comments about Kamada. Kamada's part of that goal. Without him fighting for that ball, we don't score that goal. So credit to Kamada. But Sarr, great finish.
You know what I like about Kamada, Patrick, on this point, and I think he will continue to improve. So I'll just say this and see, react to this and let me know what you think. More than most players that we bring onto the pitch, when Kamada comes on, he is always looking forward. Always. Yeah. He's always looking forward to make a pass. Doesn't mean he makes the great pass every time. I'm not saying that at all, but I will take that. I will take a player who comes on, is looking to get into space and moves the ball forward. He plays. I can understand why Glasner still wants him on the pitch, because Glasner is a get the ball forward guy. That's what he wants. 2 to 3 passes and you're in.
Tim,
and that's Kamada's game.
That comes from the article that I mentioned article in the previous show. One of the things that it says that Palace are happy to play attacking forward passes, knowing that they may be intercepted, so they can then counter press. And their success rate is poor, and everybody knows that. But he doesn't care. He's trying to get the ball forward. Beginning of the season, we tried to play that safe pass, side to side, whatever. But now we are trying to get the ball forward. Wharton's pass to Nketiah is a great example of getting the ball forward as fast as you can. So I have no problem with it. The issue is some players make it look really bad. Like, for instance, I hate to say Lerma was really poor, but honestly, I don't have a problem with the percentages, because I want to get the ball quick, get the ball fast, get the ball quickly to Mateta or Nketiah and go from there. So for me, if that's how and that is how he wants to play Gaza, I have no issue with that, because honestly, percentages are for losers. Just give me the win. I don't care about passing percentages, XG. I'm a big stat person, but the biggest stat I care about is the win. So for me, just win, and then we're winning. So that's all I really care about. So
you're a Will Hughes guy. I'm not much for this XG nonsense.
Exactly.
Will Hughes.
Give me the win. It was very impressive though. The XG 3.4 is very impressive.
Oh, of course it was. Of course it was. But there were moments that you would hope that we would have, to Patrick's point, that you would have hoped we would have taken our chances. Ebb says, by the way, another great one for Eddie, the Eddie layoff pass to Ebbs, and if he hits that and it's not blocked, I think that one one might be going in. That's a goal. So I don't feel like there's anybody that deserves to get absolutely crucified here. I thought performances. No,
not today.
I thought performances were a little bit off, but still decent. And you have to have these games. You must have these games where you don't play well. Yeah, it's obvious you're not playing anywhere near your best, and you win anyway. Those are great. You need those games, especially if you're going to climb the table. But I had said in the watch along that I thought, just giving a quick shout out to Hendo. He was brilliant today. Hendo was fantastic. He had some terrific saves, and he was my man of the match. The reason I went for Sarr, I changed my mind, is I saw the replay, and he is responsible for clearing
off the line.
He clears it off the line. So he saves the goal, and he gets the goal, and I think that puts it over the top for me, for Sarr as man of the match.
Yeah, Chris Richards probably my man of the match today. I thought he was very good defensively.
He's been a stalwart. He really has been. And Go ahead.
What has surprised me is not how well he's played, because I know he had it. It's the fact he's been, I shouldn't even say, I'm knock on wood, he's been injury free. That's his biggest issue. His issue is not how he played. It's about getting a run of games. I remember the guy, I hate to say it.
Staying healthy, yeah.
He was at Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich does not recruit kids from America if they're rubbish. They don't.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's always been, even when he first got the first year and Gina had that little bet over with Vieira, he didn't play that year. See, he got injured all the time. You know, he kept getting injured. I mean, yeah, he got Gahey and Anderson, but he kept getting injured.
He still lost it. You still lost it.
Listen, and I paid off the bet, so I'm not talking about that. That's not a
problem. I know.
Like, my thing is, like, and we have what? We have 10 more league matches left. We have hopefully 3 more cup matches left.
Yep.
Now, if he gets the injury free for the next 13 matches, that's massive. We obviously don't have the cover anyway.
I was next to Nick today at the game, and he did say...
I saw the picture. Nice picture, by the way. I like that.
Yeah, he did say how we can't really afford any injuries, and it's right at the back line. So we have to just fingers crossed the next 13 games or so. Thankfully, we shouldn't have that many. Like, it shouldn't be too demanding because the FA Cup game falls on a weekend anyways, and then I guess Southampton midweek. But it's not like it's not too crazy. So hopefully we should be able to survive that. It's just an international break. That's my only worry about international break. Hopefully they don't get injured then. But Tim, I saw it when I was walking home. I did put on the watch along, and I saw the league table was up. I don't know if it was Lou's idea or your idea, but you lot were looking and talking about Brighton at that time. What is your objective from here till the end of the season? Game out time, or have you got like a place set in stone that you think Palace could achieve?
No, 100% focus on the cup. As much as I know it's a spreadsheet league, and I know the higher up the table we get, it's about £3.5 million per place. It does matter how far we go up, but I am single-minded about this. Go win the FA Cup. If everything else is subservient to that, I would love to see us finish high. I would love to see us finish in European places. Right now, the only focus is beat Fulham and keep going. Next one. That is the way forward. And hopefully, we can finish high up the table. I mean, I agree with Patrick that like these next few games, Fulham, Southampton, Brighton, those are formative matches. Very important. Everything else, and despite the performance today, I do believe this side, like at its best, when this side is really clicking, nobody in this league we can't beat. Yeah. And even I'll even say that about Liverpool, because Liverpool can drop heads a little bit, and they can. It's possible, but they are the one that I would be like, I don't know. But I think everybody else feel like we got a fair shout.
I'll change it. I say we can compete with everybody. I don't necessarily say beat, but I would say compete with everybody in the league. I would say I don't know if we can beat Liverpool. We can compete with them for sure. But D, I got big news for your watch along on Thursday. You ready?
What was that?
Hindle Mustafa's traveling with the team to Marbella. So there you go.
Did you?
Massive news.
Can I ask you?
I'll wait for the watch along now.
Well, D, I want to ask you this.
Laugh what you want.
I want to ask you this. Did you see the 2 goals he has scored?
No,
last 2 games.
21 football. He doesn't watch football.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
He doesn't watch them. He's got
got to.
Me and Louis
got to do this.
Did not watch it. I don't care. He did not watch it.
You have got to do it. You've got to do it. I brook no excuses, D. You must go watch Mustafa's 2 goals, because Patrick will back me up on this, especially the last one against Arsenal. No joke. That is Elise Luton Town away vibes. I mean, it was a phenomenal goal. And that kid is big. He is fast.
Strong.
And he's 2-footed. That kid is there is a future in the first team for that kid, I think.
Yeah. I'm supposed to play golf on Thursday. If I don't play golf, I'm doing a watch along with you. Just watch Indolo play. That's it now. I'm all in now.
Nice.
Fair enough. Well, it'll be me, you, and Lou. I know, Tim, you're busy working. I guess it's like
I'll be at work.
Work. What's work? What's that? Work.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who's gonna watch them on a Thursday at 3 p.m. I guess, yeah, because it's right like during the day. So, but look, I'm looking forward to watching some of the players play that haven't played as much. That's I think that's the key thing. I think Glazer did mention it after pre Ipswich match about giving the likes of Joe Ward a chance potentially. So so maybe you see Wardy play, you see Klein play. But yeah, like it should be good as long as no one gets injured. Nice little trip, holiday / game being played, and then we come back. But in terms of stats, only Liverpool, by the way, have won more Premier League points so far in 2025 than Crystal Palace.
There you go. How about that?
Yeah, Liverpool picked up 25 points. We picked up 19. Only Liverpool, and by the way, Liverpool are incredible. They got 70 points, I believe, already in the league so far. We'll be trying to read out some quotes from Glazer as they come in. I don't think there have been any quotes, but the Holmesdale Fanatics, they released out a statement about the Carabao, not the Carabao Cup game, the FA Cup quarterfinal, is that they're gonna have tifos. I'm just looking and reading it right now. Bring your scarves, balloons, and flags, and back the lads. So yeah, they're basically encouraging everyone to bring their flags and everything.
Nice.
That should be good, man. That should be good. I should be at that game. But of course, there's a nice bit of a break now. What do we do, Tim? Do we just relax? Do we watch under 21s? Are the under 21s still playing during the break?
Yeah, you watch the women's team, man.
Oh, I mean, women's team, as well.
We gotta back the women to see if they. I mean, it's a tall order for them to survive in the WSL. There's some BS proposal, by the way, to shut off for a period of time, like to close off promotion and relegation. I don't understand the details of this. The WSL, but like, okay, whatever. Yeah, so I need to back the women to try and stay up. They're having a go. I think it was really harsh to. I understand why they did it, to let go of Laura Kaminsky, but because you need to try to stay in the league. But got to back the women, man. See if they can make a go of it, stay in the league.
Yeah, Esse came on today. It would be nice to see him get minutes during the camp because, of course, Glasner is easing him in, and I'm all for that. Like, I've got no problems with that. It would, he'll get his opportunities. He signed a long-term deal. Chilwell also came on. He looked
all right.
Like he got fouled a few times.
Yeah, he looked all right.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a positive. Let's go through some questions. If you have any questions, put a Q&A dot before it, people, and we'll answer it. Andy saying, why is it that Nketiah gets bashed and is not the answer when it seems the issue is our creativity and pass and play? Do you think there is a focus on Nketiah? Unfair focus.
Again, I'll say he had a chance early. He should have scored, and he probably would have scored if he had been more match sharp. He had another chance later on, but I thought he was okay. I mean, I don't know anything who's bashing him. He just didn't.
No. People are bashing him. Right. I've seen on. So maybe you haven't been.
That's why. Who social media? Who cares? I mean, social media. Who cares about that? I mean, I thought he played okay today, but we clearly, he's not match sharp. Hopefully, he will get match sharp. But again, if Mateta's back, he won't play again. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think you gotta. Dem said something earlier, which I think is right. Between Sorlot and Mateta, I'm never giving up on a Palace player ever again. Like I'm sure there's degrees of that, but like, you know what? That is a fair comment. Like, he needs a run. And I say the same about Kamada. Like, let's let these guys come into their own. And I mean, Eddie, I agree with you, Patrick. I don't think Eddie was bad today.
But and also, people talk creativity. We had 19 shots and 5 big chances. So not like he's talking about we created a lot of chances today. There was there was no lack of chances creation today at all. So
that's a fair point.
I disagree with that. So.
Yeah.
Passing was bad though. Passing was not great.
Yeah, I thought he grew into the game. I was a bit surprised of him getting subbed off, to be fair. Twist is saying, is Lerma becoming a liability? I don't think so. Nah, I think with Lerma, there's a ceiling. Even in the season where he didn't win Player of the Year, I think it was his first season, which I think he should have won it in that season. I've backed him heavily, but there's a ceiling. He's not as good on the ball as he is off it, and it's simple as that. So if someone else is fit, the likes of Hughes plays ahead of him because he can offer more going forward. But I wouldn't say he's becoming a liability. I think Lerma is just playing how Lerma tends to play. But today maybe his passing was a bit more off than it normally is. But he's not great on the ball. So that is Lerma for you.
Yeah, you know what you're getting. Like, don't
exactly.
you? Wouldn't you say you know what you're going to get? Like, you know what you're going to get with Lerma. And I think, you know what? Fair enough. Like, his passing is frustrating, but you know what you're going to get. You know you're going to get somebody who's good in the air. You know you're going to get somebody that makes tough challenges in the middle of the park. He will drive the ball forward. I mean, he's not a bad player. He's not a liability, but he causes some frustrations at times.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, there's still reports about Mateta, Man United fans thinking that they're going to sign him for £40 million, which is absolutely hilarious.
Come on, they're out of their mind. That has to be agent talk. Come on.
Yeah, exactly, and he deserves a new contract. He deserves a new contract.
Yeah.
Wow, Villa just scored 2 goals in like
2 back-to-back.
Wow.
Who gets the second goal?
Rogers. Watson got the first one. I mean, just counterattack counterattack.
Well, they need to be winning because that's crazy though. Look, one win, and literally.
Oh, is that 3?
Is that 3? The league as it stands. They're 7th in the league, and they're only 2 points off 4th place.
Oh no,
and they were only like 3 points below us. So it's just crazy right now.
Wow.
Look at the table right now. Where are they now? They are on. We are 11th. Oh, Villa went up to 7th place now. 45.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
So, yeah.
And they're only 2
I guess
points
in the big picture, we prefer Villa to win than Brentford, because that way Brentford stays below us. We can just we have to aim for Newcastle, Bournemouth, and Fulham. Those are the 3. Forget Villa and Brighton, because they're going to be too far. But yeah, we got to try and catch at least catch Newcastle in 8th. But who knows?
Yeah.
5 points. It's 5 points.
I like this from Mitch. 40 million will just buy you a belly laugh.
Yeah, like £40 million. It's just I don't know what they expect. He's getting another contract. Like there's no way. Do you think
I have a thought, D? So
Ross?
You mentioned that. I'm sorry, Alex. Before you get to that question, we have a long break. What are your thoughts on giving over the break Glasner, Mateta, and Gahey new contracts and announce them over the break? How great was that?
I think that's a lot of negotiation to do.
Got a lot of time. I
don't know if it can be that easy, but yeah, it's not. I don't think Mateta wants to downgrade anyways to thing.
Yeah,
United. Why? Like, are they even going to be playing European football next season?
Absolutely no.
Villa have played one more game. Yeah, exactly. Villa have played one more game than us. That is true.
That is correct.
And then there might be even 2 games at the end of next weekend, because
they play next week again.
That's a good point.
There's a question from Alex saying, "Do you think Kamada will find a way with us?" I thought he was good coming on today.
Fine today. We don't score a goal without Kamada on the pitch. I mean, Kamada was part of the build up for the Sarr goal. I thought it was fine today. Yeah. So he almost had a goal because he had a good shot late on. I think Kamada's fine. Again, he's not getting. Again, we talk about Nketiah not playing a lot. How often does Kamada play? He hasn't got to run a games. You know what I mean? So I mean, he's fine. I mean, I don't think Kamada's. I think Kamada's fine. I mean, he can play midfield. He can play as a 10. And he comes on, and a lot of games he comes on late, and we're able to see out game. I don't think there's one time he come on a game and cost us a game, like even cost us a point. I think he's been fine. So I think Kamada's
apparently he's good in cup competitions. I'll do anything for him to score
exactly
each round.
Winner.
I mean,
winner.
Every kind of money.
FA Cup final winning goal coming in.
Look, he becomes instant Palace cult hero. If he gets a winning goal in the cup.
Cult hero, he's a legend.
He's a legend. He's a legend.
He's a legend.
You know the
legend status. Legend status. I'll take it.
I'll
take it. I'll take it.
Exactly. Yeah, and he's growing slowly, Kamada. I'm not that fussed by him. Let's be honest, at the start of the season, boy, there was nothing really. He just lost bitch.
You would be really, I mean, just context, you would be really hard pressed to find a player who could come in and do a job like the job he's doing right now for Palace for $5.2 million. And that's what he's doing. He's roughly Like, isn't he around 100K a week? So let's say it's between 5 and 6 million pounds. Can you imagine us getting a player, to do the job that he's doing right now at the level he's doing it, not named Jeffrey Schlupp? Tell you what, you would take that. You'd take that. You'd bite my arm off for that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. I'll take it. Just give me 3 own goals to win the cup. Give me anything.
Exactly.
I'll take that.
3 more wins. 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 own goals. I agree. I'm with D on that. 100%. Give me that. Oh, it was ruled offside. The Rogers goal. Still 1-0.
Rogers getting snake bit again.
Another VAR catches him again.
Yep.
Poor Morgan.
Yeah, exactly. How far does Patrick's amazing merch go?
I mean,
I'm not sure I understand the question.
And like, how much more merch do we not see?
Okay, let me tell you something about my merch, right? So when I buy merch online, you don't get the points. So when I went back to England, I bought my receipts. I end up getting 600 points for the merchandise that I bought. Yeah, so I'm now close to 6,000 points, which is close to the upper level of getting tickets for the game. So I will buy merch until the cows come home if I can get Paris points. So how far does it go? Earth Extreme, it goes as far as it has to go.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Sorry if you've had this question recently, but what's going on with the contract negotiation with Mateta?
Yeah,
Why
there you go.
I think I think the only thing we know is that he wants a deal, but it doesn't sound like the negotiations have restarted. So I don't know that I'd read anything into it. Like, it just the negotiations haven't restarted. And that's probably not going to happen right now because they're worried about his health. They just got to get him back to full fitness. So every report is that Palace are readying a big fat contract extension for him, which I expect to happen. When those negotiations happen, who knows?
Yeah, I think he's gonna have, like, he's gonna get, maybe he gets even more of a pay increase. He wanted a contract. Maybe that's even more, like, he's got more power now after all the goals and his impact that he's had.
I mean, he's 100K a week striker.
Minimum,
there's no question about that.
Like, look at the strikers out there. There isn't that many great strikers, and that's the reason why he's been linked to Man United in the first place. They spent £70 million on Højlund. What? And they think they're going to get £40 million on Mateta. What?
You're using the wrong player there. It's not that they spent 70 million on Højlund. It's that they spent 80 million on Anthony. And the reason it's 40 million is that Man United, I mean, they are in a world of hurt. You talk about a club that cannot spend because of PSR, they're screwed. I mean, they're in real trouble. Palace are not in trouble. They are in trouble.
Yeah, I agree. Before we wrap up, is there any other questions? Before we miss it, worst thing about today is sat amongst terrible fans that were absolutely Commander Mitchell and Chilwell felt like I was in their way. And Patrick, you've had some experience.
That's disappointing, man.
My season ticket is in the main stand, and honestly, some of the people around there, even last week the Millwall game, they're so negative, like towards like certain players like Kamada. It makes it experience. I mean, I love the away trip I took with Fulham with Lou and them, because the away fans don't do that as much. They're not as negative, and it's really bad. I might move my season ticket next year somewhere else, because they don't sing. They say it, which is fine. They don't want to sing, but they're just so negative. Every time. But even Eze last week, they blamed Eze, and I didn't realize why they blamed Eze for the Millwall goal, just because he didn't track back on that shot. But how's he supposed to react to that shot that won the one that Turner parried? I mean, again, some of the fans just make it experience really negative. It's a shame because, like I said, going to games in person is absolutely fantastic, but some people will make it miserable for you. So it's a company you keep. I keep company. When I'm with Louis and D, I'm in heaven. So forget everybody else. I'm not worried.
How do you do, just out of curiosity, Patrick? Because I feel like if I was in the stand and I was hearing that, it would be hard for me to not be biting back, or at least if I'm not biting back, I'd be like shouting as high as I can for those other players just to counteract it. You know what I mean?
I bit back last season and I got yelled at. I don't bite back anymore. AJ can tell you, I bit back last season and I got yelled at for saying that Wardy shouldn't be playing. So again, I just keep my mouth shut. You know what?
Fair enough.
It is what it is. You don't play your opinions. Everybody can. I just don't like people getting on players. But you pay your money. You want to get on a player? Feel free. That's your choice.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, look, let's wrap up. It's been a great win, a great start of the year for Palace 2025 so far. Long may it continue. We've got the watch along on Thursday. We'll see if there's any other news or bits and bobs will be live on here. Thank you to Tim and Lou, of course, for the watch along. It was great. I'll watch it back. And also thank you to Patrick and everyone that's called in and everyone that's left in the live comments. And we'll be liking, subscribing. Thanks to all of you, basically. That's what I'm trying to get to. That's it from us. And until next time, up the Palace.
Up the Palace.